Okay, it is day 8. And guess what I did not do? I didn't do anything with the recycling. I said excitedly yesterday, actually I've been talking about a couple of days about how excited I am for the recycling to be, for, you know, the recycling services to come so that I could put stuff in the recycling. And it came, and I brought the can in today, and it was all exciting. But I also had a doctor appointment today. I was there for like an hour and a half. Most of it was just waiting. And then I drove all the way to get groceries and then put the groceries away. By the time I was done, I was not about to bring a bunch of recycling out to the recycling can. So that did not happen. However, I finished going through the rest of my books. So, just a little note for motivation. Man, yesterday was kind of hard and I wanted to give up a couple of times. But I was, I was inspired, and thanks to my sister, I was encouraged to have faith, and I was able to, when I was able to believe, then just stuff came out of the woodworks that I was able to finish. And so after that experience, I knew today that I could do it. And so it was a lot easier. It went really well. So I started with books, did the top shelf, my final top. I thought it was done, and then I looked up and there was this towering shelf. So we've received a ton of books from 4 different ladies, 5 actually, in the past few months, and I haven't even had time to go through all of them. One of them gave me so many books, it pretty much filled up the floor of a closet, stacked. Anyway, she's made sure I knew. She's like, I know this is a ton of books. Feel free to get rid of whatever. So some of them are really good, but I was able to finally go through all of those books, and it's been interesting to see how this goal has set me up to complete a bunch of projects I might not otherwise try to complete, in order to find those 100 items I can pass on to someone who would appreciate them. So, and I loved looking into my bookshelf, and it's not like super organized right now. Parts of it are, but like top shelf is just a bunch of books kind of just put in there whichever direction. But it still is so beautiful because every book on that shelf is a book that we are excited about, we love, we're looking forward to reading. And then we were able to pass on all the books that were like, maybe we should read this sometime. Anything we weren't thrilled about, we were able to pass on. And we still have a lot of books. So we've got the bookshelf full, and then I put a bunch of books on top of a dresser. And we have a bunch of library books, which I'm so excited to be able to bring back. I got a notification today, our library is receiving books back, and if I read it correctly, they also have a service where we will be able to schedule to pick up books. So that will be exciting. I think we will spend a little bit of time getting to know the books we have, though, that we are keeping. Because I was surprised. I looked through, and there are some fantastic books that we've been given, and it will be exciting to go through those. So yeah, that project is completed, and it's what helped me. I didn't get 100 items out of going through the books, but the goal helped me to go through my books because I had that focus. Okay, how do I get to 100? And I just went through the books, and that's done. My kids have some great books. I'm happy for them. And I'm excited to read some of them to them, because even though they can read, they still love it when I read them a book. Just that mommy bonding time, I guess. So what else did I do? I did the books, library books, and then I was going through other things in that room. And I found a box. I love it. It was under a bunch of cardboard boxes that I used to organize and sort things. And I plan to get rid of some of those because I do have too many. But I found a box of a bunch of stuff I haven't seen in months. Actually, I found 2 boxes, and it was just phenomenal. I love how, with this goal in mind and this focus on this goal, I'm able to see things, and instead of being a little bit distracted by, this is perfectly good, and I could really, I could use this, and without being kind of distracted by that, just immediately knowing it's so much easier for me to know, and maybe it's because I've been practicing for 700 items, and maybe it's just because of the focus on the goal. I'm not even sure, but I'm able to see and recognize quickly, wow, this could sit down here forever. I cannot see myself pulling this out ever. So I was able to pass on a few items that I didn't want to let go of because some of them looked nice, and they worked well, but not as well as what I am using, what I have available to me. So I was able to pass those on, and looking back I can recognize that if I had the opportunity to buy those items, now would I buy them with the better items that are available for us to purchase today? No, I wouldn't. So there are different techniques you can use to help you decide, but I definitely have had a much easier time parting with things that I've kept in storage because, you know, they're perfectly good and useful. We might use them anyway. So I made it to 100 items per day. Oh, it's pretty crazy. Anyway, I think that's all that I have to say to you today. But let's see if I can make it to 1,000. That's 2 more days. I might stop at 900. Can you imagine if I stopped at 900? That'd be hilarious. Anyway, I was thinking of stopping at 700, but then I knew I had more books to part with, and I've got some other things. But by the way, just because something sits in storage doesn't mean it's not useful. The box I found, I immediately found something that I was excited about that wasn't useful when I put it in storage. But I saw it today and was like, oh, my son's been talking about this, and I know he's gonna be excited when I pull that out for us. So, yeah, there were a couple of items like that. But there were a lot that I was able to see and recognize. This has been in storage for this long. I don't see myself pulling it out, and I was just able to so quickly add up more numbers. 67, 68, 69, and I loved counting the little things. Every plastic garbage bag that, you know, because I have stored a bunch of books in sets in plastic garbage bags, and just any plastic garbage bag I found around the room, making sure it got to where I'm keeping the garbage bags. So that's cleaning up the room in the first place. And it's usually bags that had something in them, but I loved counting those too. Those count, and it helped the room stay more tidy. But yeah, I got to 100, so happy 800 items day.